What up, what up, what up? This is Just Ball Out podcast with Jusnix and J Redd, and the basketball season is around the corner. So we're excited to be talking hoops. Well, at least I'm excited. J Redd still asleep. There's a lot of new faces on these NBA teams. A lot of new college stars will be born, and it's probably a high school kid that's waiting to grab the shine. This is episode 6 of our podcast. We've gotten a lot better with our deliveries and content, so expect us to be more consistent this season. On this episode, we got Detroit's own New Orleans Pelicans guard Jordan Crawford, and I'm impressed with this piece of work we've done. I'm very proud of this because it's more than a conversation or interview. It's a story of bouncing back, trusting your process. All right, so stop listening to me and check us out. Here with Detroit's own, man, New Orleans Pelicans guard, man, Jordan Crawford, man. What's up, bro?
What up, though? How y'all doing, man?
Man, we glad to have you on here, bro. We glad to have you on here, bro. I feel like this was something that was long well overdue. We needed to do it for the city so people can, really hear your story, really understand, like, how much it took for you to get to this point where you at. Like, everybody don't get that second chance back in that league. You know what I'm saying? So much politics in that. So, like I said, man, I'm happy. Like I told you before we got to this little podcast, man, I'm happy that you doing this and that you back in that place where you supposed to be.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm happy to be doing it with some people from the city that's trying to come up and do their own thing.
That's 100, man. We trying to do it. We trying to do it differently, man. I feel like it's a lot of podcasts out there, but I feel like it needs some young voices, man. Some young voices that can still give you the context, the analytics that they want to hear, whatever they want to hear. You feel me?
Yeah.
But we call our podcast Just Ball Out because we want to basically we talking to the people that's really going in there, that's really put that time into the game. That's like we ain't on the analytics. We really want to know, like, what you did last night. Like how many points?
Right.
Like how long you been in this game? You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, we happy. Like, first question I want to ask you, though, bro, is just, like, how your summer been and, like, this approach of, like, it's been a long time since you had to, like, you starting a full season, going straight into the NBA. So, how your summer been?
My summer been cool, man. My summer been cool. I really just like I kick back, like to go where I want to go and just kind of be around my peoples all the time. I got a crib in the D, so I be in the D a lot. Yeah. Just really, it's like for me now, I mean, I done been in every basketball situation, so how I approach summers going into a season is more like it's all mental, just the little shit that I know I can get better at and the shit that I probably haven't shown that, I want to show people. I just be locking in on that and really preparing for what I show.
Yeah, do you think it's I see a lot of people that's a lot of people have been going out and working out in different places. Do you think it's more important for you to be around family, you know what I'm saying? And
it's both for real because like me, I still go out to LA because LA be having them runs with players that's be in the league, and you need to be around that just to see test your shit out, see where you at. But like I can't do no whole summer in LA. Like I be needing to be around my people. You know what I'm saying?
I used to feel that way like when I used to be at school or like I live in the A now, and sometimes I be having to go home for a minute, dude, because I be trying to because it's different when you around genuine people that really you know what I'm saying, that really, and you don't find that too many places, and sometimes you be thinking that you like trying to get away from home to go find something else, but you be like, bro, it's really love. It's really love at the crib. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel what you're saying. That's why I had wanted to ask you because I've been seeing all this. People going out to New York and going to LA and participate.
It's a copycat league. So they see something cool. They want to jump on it, man. But no, I for sure wanted to get me a day in that New York.
I already know. I already know.
I wanted at least one day put my clips up and I get up out of there.
Yeah, because it looked like they was getting up and down that boy, man.
I follow you on Twitter too. I see you tweet like you need the one for Hoodie Mello.
I need all that action.
Yeah, for sure. I heard they was in there. They like, man, JR be going off in there. I'm like, that's the perfect run for him, bro.
No, it's dope though. That shit's dope.
No, it is dope. But yeah, man, I was when I had seen you in Vegas, bro, I was surprised to even see you was out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What was your what was the whole point of you being out there, just sitting on the bench with all them young cats?
Man, they still trying to make it hard on me, man. So I got to play the game. You feel me? I had to be out there.
Yeah.
Them folks actually at the end of last season, they actually had mentioned like they wanted me to play summer league, but that wasn't gonna happen at all. But
yeah, I'm like, man, because when I had seen the roster before I had even seen you, and I was like, they trying to make my dude play summer league, like.
You know how that go, man.
Like, right. What's really going on? Why they keep trying to my man got to keep trying to earn this respect, man? But it's all good. I mean, we know what time it is. I know every time I'm around some of my colleagues at work, bro. I'm straight on the my dog, my dog from the city, man. I'm
right.
This is what I really wanted to talk about, I had I was working this shift at work and I'm like, and I see you had got that 10-day contract and I was like, all right, about time, you know what I'm saying? And then that first game, bro. And, I do the stats, so I do research for the analysts, you know what I'm saying? So when they doing the highlight packages or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving them the stats or whatever, and I'm reading your stuff and I'm like, my boy got 19 points off the whim on the first on the first game. Like, what you felt like you know what I'm saying? Did you feel that pressure? Did you feel like, man, I'm just gonna go out here and play my game, or was you trying to make sure you prove a point?
I mean, it was all that in one, but it was like I said, I done been in every basketball situation, and to be honest, I ain't, what I'm saying, I was. The shit I was doing in the D League, I was so on my shit. Once I got called up, it wasn't no pressure for real. The pressure was actually getting the 10-day because I didn't think they was gonna give me one. I'm like, these fools, they know what's up. They know if they give me a 10-day, they know the fans don't fuck with me, and it's gonna be a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So when I had got the 10-day, that was the only game ever in my life. I wasn't nervous or nothing. I'm usually nervous and shit before game.
For real?
But that one, I was like, man, I can't believe they let me back in this house.
Hey, man, in our previous content, I'm calling for you to start. I'm like, dog, look at the wings over there. Look at Sizzle come in. He cooking. Instant offense. I see you got the nickname Instant Grits out there.
Yeah.
Quake, giving everything,
who
man.
Who gave you that name, bro? Where did that even come from?
Marcus.
Because gave you that? Yeah, because I was like, where this Instant Grit stuff? Because I was seeing a lot of the little reporters talking about that. I'm like, did this dude?
Boogie seemed like a big old silly country dude, you know.
He got to throw all his little comments in.
Right.
And I was more happy that you got picked up by the team that really needed you. You know what I'm saying? Because you know the league a lot of times is, you know what I'm saying, it's all about fit. You feel me? And I knew even when you had went to Chicago that one time, I was like, that's not the move. You know what I'm saying?
Even when I went there, it was on some that was a whole little thing. I was out the league for so long, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying, the summer you don't be you get lost and you don't get in that competition enough. You forget, like, yeah. My whole thing was like, let me see how nice I am again. Like, I was out for like a year and a half. Let me see how nice. Like, I knew I wasn't gonna make that team, but the shit I did at the camp let me know, like, okay, can't none of these fuck with me. Like,
right.
I'm getting, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm getting colder for real. You know what I'm saying? So it really put me back in love and put me on the mission. Like, because when I went to summer league and shit, even like earlier that summer with Dallas, like I was doing that shit just because they said they was gonna give me a 2-year contract, but I wasn't really bringing my game. I was just doing it to show face for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then that Chicago Bulls training camp put me back in that feel. Like, okay, every time I show up, I'm gonna be the best, and I'm gonna play this game.
No, for sure. Well, look, man, we done with the NBA talk. I really want to, I want to put people on the whole journey path, man, so they can see, where you really come from, and how hard it is, for for people to come out of Detroit and really make it at the level that you is, because obviously we see it. It's really only like 2 or 3 of y'all cats, and you know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't really count Wilson Chandler as being a Detroit cat, because he been Harbor, you know what I'm saying? But let's talk about the time that I'm gonna just talk about my experience first. My first time actually seeing you play was I seen you play at a Perry Watson camp, and I first thing I heard, I was like, oh, because at that time, your brother was like, he was Superman at the time.
One of the best in the country,
I mean, to a Detroit kid, I'm like about 14, 13 or something like that. He kind of was like Superman at the time. You know what I'm saying? Him and Malik or whatever, like, because we ain't never heard of nobody like being no McDonald's All-American, especially like in our generation, at that time. But when I seen you at Perry Watson camp, and I was like, I think you might have been, you probably was like probably just got done being a freshman maybe or something in high school or something, and I was like, dog, package different. You know what I'm saying? I was like I ain't even go. Like, I mean, like, look, man, like, we grown, bro. You know what I'm saying? We, back in the day, in the city, we ain't gonna be just
competition.
It's competition. Ain't nobody gonna tell nobody they nice. You know what I'm saying? But I was like,
right.
Like, all I could really say is it was just like nobody in the city was doing what you was doing on the court as far as scoring the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that whole package, because, a lot of times the things that you was doing on the court, like from the fadeaway jump shots to the pull-up jump shots off the dribble, I mean, you don't really learn that till you, like, maybe a junior in college, if you really, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Especially
I'm like,
nowadays, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So, you know what I'm saying? So putting it all together, you know what I'm saying, and having confidence while doing it, like, I was impressed, bro. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hold on real quick, Nick. Let me tell you about my first time witnessing you hoop. I actually played against you at Summer League. Yes. I went to UD Jesuit and shit. I'm short. I'm 5'10" now as a grown man, so I'm probably 5'7" at the time. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's transition or we scrambling or a pick or so. I got switched off on you. I'm like, all right, I mean, shit. I wasn't no huge name like you or Manny and all the Detroit people of our generation, Chris, Doug, Caleb, and all that. But I mean, I was like the tier right up under y'all. Like, I still handle my own. I could hold my own, So I'm like, all right, I'm accepting the challenge. Like, okay, I know who you are and shit. Woo, woo, woo. I ain't checking name tags, but I'm like, let me sit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Man. You hit me with some little double move shit. You kind of really gave me a look like I ain't gonna hold. You kind of gave me a look like, man, what this little dog doing out there? Like, they kind of gave me a look like, man, what is he doing out here over me? You know what I'm saying? Hit me with a little double move. I tried to really cut you off hard on the first one, so you really kind of left me on the double move, but I recovered and tried to contest your shit. You knocked down a little pull up. And I feel like you kind of ran down, kind of like laughing to your bench or something like that. I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, Dog was an a-hole back in the day, bro.
It wasn't nothing but respect, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit. It is what it is,
Yeah, that, like my whole, I only played 12 games in high school.
I was just telling, bro, I'm telling Cuz yesterday, like, bro, I don't think Jordan played like more than 10 games, bro.
No, I'm already hip though.
Yeah.
I was like, because we was over, me and my cousin, we was over at Southwestern, and I'm like, because I remember, I think I was a sophomore, and I think you was going into your senior year, and I'm like, bro, that CMA team, if you played that year, I ain't gonna tell them that, bro. But
right.
If you played that year, it was gonna be scary, bro. Like I ain't even gonna lie, cause
that was when you broke your ankle, right?
People ain't even know about Lonzo at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody did.
Nobody even knew. Like people don't even know you went to Sacramento State, bro. Like people just going D1 like that. You know what I'm saying? Just off. I'm being honest, bro. Like people just being off the whim. Like he was like a 6'4", 6'5" point guard. You know what I'm saying? So
he was really playing point forward.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I remember, bro.
Right.
A couple plays, I'm checking him up top. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, don't hit the down screen and put me in the post, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? So. Like
that baby fool.
I ain't even gonna lie. We was worried, bro. We was worried at that time. We was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like when we heard what happened, bro, we was more like, I think more people was more like, we was kind of like, we was mad for you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We knew it was like, it was your time. Cause I remember y'all winning that little districts or whatever. And when you finally came back, and played, and everybody was like, CMA won the districts. You feel me?
Hold on, then you kind of went crazy on who was it, DePorres?
Yeah, we had played. They was number one in the state at that time too.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I think a lot of people was caught off guard with that, bro. So saying, how was that whole little experience? It's just that happening.
Yeah.
Who was that against? Though?
It was against Fred Dub. But like for real, like one thing, like that's what my brother was so big, in my life. Like the whole time, I was so close to what he was going through that even when I was ineligible and was fucking up, I still felt like I was on the right track type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I knew, I knew at the time, in Detroit, it's all, you're going to get Miami of Ohio, Kent State. You're going to get them schools coming into your gym.
Right.
But, I was playing AAU with the family, so, you know what I'm saying, I was getting my exposure from that.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying? But around that 11th, 12th grade year, I knew, like, I never had made, put no foot really in this PSL shit, and I knew, like, what the fuck had happened. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I broke my ankle, I was hurt for sure. I was devastated, but I had already reclassified and was going to a prep school.
Oh, you was gonna do that from the jump, huh?
Yeah, I did at the beginning of my 12th grade year. I went into the principal office and told her, like, I'm reclassifying and all that. They was actually upset and shit. They didn't even want me to stay in school.
They didn't want you to stay at the school? Well, CMA different, bro. That's
they was talking about their graduation rate and shit.
Yeah, that's a different public school. You know what I'm saying? Y'all actually did homework.
Yeah, a lot of that shit.
Because I be trying to tell people, bro. When I went to Southwestern, bro, we ain't even have enough books, bro. For you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, bro, we ain't even have enough books. People was hitting the side door. You know what I'm saying? So they don't really understand PSL, bro.
Yeah, it's a mental thing. Like I remember when I was young, sophomore, all that shit, and people used to come back like, yeah, man, they hate Detroit. That school, this such school, hate Detroit, and I, you know what I'm saying, I ain't know I mean, we thought that was like, we thought that was the truth back then. Like, you
Right.
couldn't tell nobody from Detroit that wasn't the truth.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it was really like I'm a, you know what I'm saying? Luckily, God and my family, they blessed me with, being confident, you know what I'm saying? Loving myself type shit. So
Yeah.
even I was ineligible and all that, I mean, I never felt I was, and my mom's never took basketball away from me when I was fucking up, you know what I'm saying? She always she knew that was my ticket, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that shit really blessed me, and I was just playing so much. Like you said, that's summer league. Like when I was with CMA, that's one thing Mays did, I think, better than any PSL coach for real. Like how much basketball we played.
Y'all did. I used to be so how crazy he was, bro. He had so much talent over there, bro. Like at a point in time, you know what I'm saying? I was surprised. I was like, bro, it's people keep popping up.
He might be sloppy and all that, but he gonna get you this hot and ready after he, had you.
No, for sure.
Right.
But I think a lot of, a lot of PSL coaches was like that though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Which I don't know what they doing. I don't know what they doing now, but I know like at the time when I was playing, our high school coaches was like second pops. You know what I'm saying? Like he came and scooped you, got you something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how
scooped all 14 of them.
All 14 of them.
Right.
It don't even matter how big the car is.
You be in the van sliding around when they hit the corner, like.
All 14 of you, dog. And everybody get a burger. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get a burger. So, I don't know how these kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, I be kind of mad now, you know what I'm saying? Because I be like, it's so many like little weird looking schools now. I ain't used to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to PSL. That's what it is. The Northwestern, the Coolies, the Henry Fords, the Reds. I don't know about all that new stuff they got going on. I'm kind of tired out.
And that's why, for real, like when I was, out the league, that was my whole, like, that was the thing I was most hurtful and taken for granted and all that was like the power I had to control, to really, give these kids a direction when I go back to the city. Because even if, you know what I'm saying, like they knew me when I was out the league, but it wasn't the same effect.
Yeah.
Like I can even, since I've been back in the league, I can even feel the difference. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
And it's like, it's so important for you to understand how this shit works. Like, man, this shit's so motherfucking cutthroat that you got to be on top of your shit at all times. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
Like, I wish I could be my agent too, for real. Like, I don't trust nobody. Can't nobody really represent me the way I'm gonna represent you. You know what I'm saying?
No, 100. Because
it really, I feel like I really can influence this next generation. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel like they need it. We need everything that we can get. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For real. You feel me? Because
definitely. That's why I was excited to have you on. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but you really are our first interview with an NBA player. I was definitely excited to have you come on. Just being a big fan from before you even got to the league and growing up watching you and all that type of stuff, and us both being from Detroit, you being from Detroit, then your story, you got a great story, just the adversity you faced, the perseverance you had to just keep at it, you know what I'm saying? So I just really I'm excited to, to have you telling us about your journey from your point of view in there too, so.
So like, all right, so like from moving from CMA, right? And you going out there to Virginia to play at Hargrave, which is a military academy.
Yeah.
Which is, I know it's tough, which is kind of totally different from, playing in Detroit basketball. What was the difference? What was the difference out there?
I mean, everything was different. It was a military school. It was wake up 5:30, 5:45 in the morning every day. Marching to breakfast, lunch, dinner. Shit, you with, you know what I'm saying? You doing chores. I'm talking about like Hargrave. I don't know how I did it. You know what I'm saying? But it was like,
that's why I'm sitting there like I'm like, I don't see you throwing on no military suit, bro.
Did all that. I'm talking about we had it was like it's a PG. It's it's for bad kids, and then it's for the top, talent that that grades ain't right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we had the top football team and we had the top basketball. Like our football team was like a PG ranking, top 50. We had like the first 49. You know what I'm saying?
That's
they
crazy.
Were like Alabama, Florida State, all this shit.
That's crazy.
And then we had like 7 people from our team go high D1. So from the basketball perspective, it was the best thing I could do because it's like, think about a regular open gym. You playing your Southwestern high school team.
Yeah.
You did some of your best shit during your open gym, just playing freely. And I got, when you talk about every coach in the country in that motherfucker, just watching you play your natural game.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was
the best move.
Yeah, it was the best move because I went there because I wasn't gonna give up a year in JUCO. Like, I ain't doing no JUCO shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And lucky, my mom, man, like I got some real good people behind me, like, that's ahead of the game, and because I did the hard grade reclassifying shit before it was kind of on
popping.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
for sure.
Yeah.
So moms had to do some research.
Yeah, we was gonna either go to Bridgeton or that one. And Bridgeton was asking for some extra paperwork.
Yeah, that's in Maine, right? That's in Maine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I was going to but like the other shit though, like the way we live, I'm talking about, it was a closet damn near our room with 2 people in there. You know what I'm saying? We had chores. We used to have these big ass football niggas. I'm talking about 6'7", 6'8", 280. You would have like sometimes your chores switch up, but sometimes you had like the bathroom and shit. These motherfuckers shitting on the side of the toilet. I'm talking about all type of.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Man, like really, it was jail without, they really treat you like a criminal, but it was,
Right.
What I'm saying, was right. And then it was in Chatham, Virginia, so they hated us. You know what I'm saying? And it was no cell phones, it wasn't no girls.
Nothing.
It was rough. It was rough. 10 months of that.
It was only a year, bro, so you thugged it out. You know what I'm saying?
You was down there going for 20 and 9 drops and 5 boards a game.
So you was doing you had the business. You got the mission accomplished, you know what I'm saying? Or what that was, because we take it to that next year. I mean, I seen you was recruited by, let's list it. NC State, Tennessee, Xavier, and you chose IU, and y'all had a excellent
Boy,
incoming class, dog.
You, Eric Gordon, and DJ White. I thought y'all was gonna win it all that year.
It's a lot of buckets on that team. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to know how them open runs was, bro.
Yeah. Oh man, before the season started, the open runs was wild because my first, what I was all about. I was, I'm better than you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm better than you, bro. I don't care who you is. I don't care who you
So
is.
you and EG was going at it, huh?
Yeah, me and EG went at it a lot. And we just had like we had like 5 from Chicago.
Yeah.
Me from Detroit. We had some from Terre Haute, Indiana. So like we was a great team, you know what I'm saying? But that school wasn't ready for us. Like, and we didn't treat that shit right. Like, we was wilding, man.
I already know Indiana kind of had a traditional style, bro. You know what I'm saying? And y'all
Calvin Sampson was a real dude. Like, for him to even find 23 minutes a game for me, and we had brought 2 JUCO of the year players in that same year. We brought Eric and me in.
Yeah.
Right.
He still found 23 minutes for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I couldn't thank him enough, but like he brought some people in.
Did you feel some type of way about that, or like coming into a situation where there's so many people that was on there that was good?
I mean, I knew that it could be like, damn, I might not get minutes, but the way he was talking to me and the way he was recruiting me, and like they rostered the year before just wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this IU. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, when I first went on that visit, I was like, that's the first thought I had. I was like, damn, this IU, I gotta come here. And they weak. Oh, I gotta come here.
Right.
And they weak.
But I'm saying it's the Big Ten. You know, that's a power conference. You're going to be hooping against the Michigans and the states, you know what I'm saying? So you can still put on for the city at home.
For sure.
All of that.
That's how I felt, too. That's how I felt.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that Sunday afternoon game against Big Bro. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's crazy. I gave you the day and everything because I remember watching. It was
watching that
Sunday.
too.
You know what I'm saying? When you a real hooper, bro, and you know about real hoop stuff, bro.
Yeah.
You know them Sundays on CBS.
You tuning in.
You watching that college game, bro. You know what I'm saying? And
how many brothers could just say they did that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shit was wild. It was wild leading up into that shit, like the papers and shit that was coming out.
Yeah.
Only thing that was weak about it, my brother was going through so much shit at the time.
Man,
right.
I swear, bro. I swear.
Yeah, he was going through some shit with him at the time, but like when you look back on it, you see the pictures and shit, you be like, that shit say Indiana and Kentucky on our chest.
Legendary,
playing against each other.
Right. And y'all got that picture where you dribbling and he checking you and shit. That's the whole picture too.
Hell yeah.
That's legendary, bro. That's big, bro. I see you. You know, you had a good 20 piece. You know what I'm saying? You had a good 20 piece, and you was you know, Calvin let you go. You know what I'm saying? Let you start and everything. You know what I'm saying? So
he let me start off a suspension too. I got suspended 3 games
before that.
Oh, I ain't even know that.
I ain't even gonna ask you what you did, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Got suspended.
Got suspended.
This is the podcast, though. You can talk on the podcast, bro.
Yo,
you can tell me, bro.
Man, you know, niggas smoke a little weed, man.
Right.
You know, got caught up with that, but Eric was hurt that game, and then somebody else that got suspended right had I was coming back. Okay. So he kind of had to play me all the minutes for real.
So y'all boys was wild then, dog.
Man.
Right, I'm about to say you played like 38, 39 minutes. You barely set that game.
Yeah. Eric was out, and I think Armand Bassett was hurt.
Oh yeah, I remember, dog. So y'all got the. I was, man. You know what was so crazy about Joe, man, and that situation to him, like, cause he had Tubby at first, right?
Yeah.
He had Tubby. That's who recruited him, like, at first, right?
Yeah.
And then he got Billy Gillespie at the time. He wasn't really seeing eye to eye with dog or something.
Yeah, I mean that dude, homie, crazy. Billy Gillespie.
I done heard
all that shit, but it was like Joe's whole experience. It really was like the blueprint for me, like, you know what I'm saying? Because he went through that shit first, and the shit he went through. That shit was I mean, like we ain't even get no cash. You know what I'm saying? Like we was doing it the absolute right way. We wasn't hip to really giving out bags and all this shit.
Yeah.
We knew, like, man, let's get out the city. Let's go to a high D1.
Yeah.
So like his shit was such a blueprint into, like, cause you know it was coming into our homes, telling like he gonna be this, that, and then he had to go through all that shit all 4 years. So it really just said, okay, this is what we need. Like, we don't exactly need a big school. We need a motherfucker that's going to tell us the truth and that's going to give us these minutes where if you give us the minutes, we're going to make it happen from there.
Right.
So that was the most important thing. And Joe's situation really, like, it showed us, like, how to go about the shit for real.
No, 100.
That's crazy, because with him being a McDonald's All-American, it's crazy. I just kind of assume y'all get a couple bags dropped on y'all. You know, that's the way it goes. So I'm thinking, like, they taking care of him for sure.
But shit, you got to think about back then when he was in high school, like, we was taking their own SAT and ACT on out the country and the other states. We wasn't doing that shit.
No, that's
crazy.
So it was like we was just behind.
We was behind on everything. That's crazy.
On everything. And then, like, another thing in Detroit, the mentality, like when Vince Baldwin was cracking, he was really just taking care of himself, though. He wasn't putting us on game. Like,
right.
Doing, though, you know what I'm saying? Because you seeing everything, though.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? That shit was wild.
I feel like that's the most important thing y'all need to be bringing to the city and letting people know. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know nothing about this, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times, man, we don't be getting like we don't be in the proper environments to really grow our game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know because I did the JUCO route. I went out to Colorado and played. You know what I'm saying? And I seen the difference just in physicality. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I ain't touched no weights. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, to be honest, bro, I ain't touched no weights in college. You feel me? Like, I went, like, I was in the gym. I was in the gym for sure. Like, I stayed in the gym working out, working on my game or whatever, but I ain't touched no weights. Like, the whole physicality was different, bro. Like, they whole preparation was different, bro. Like,
I mean, you know, like everything, like even off the court though, like our mentor, just like you said, like I gotta get out that Detroit mentality and talk. Like, we so into, you know what I'm saying, like on our own shit. Like every Detroit homie like that, like you know what I'm saying, like they got that. I don't need that, you know. I'm gonna kick it with by myself or with my people. I know we ain't gonna stretch and find out nothing or ask no. We definitely ain't asking no questions. You know?
Right.
It's tough, bro.
Yeah, so it'd be like our environment already got us 5-10 steps behind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But it's just like how strong mentally we is. It allow us to really be on the same level. Now we just gotta go about that shit the right way.
No, 100. And as we move in on your journey or whatever, bro. When did you find out about Calvin Sampson and the whole little scandal or whatever? Like, when did you hear about all that?
Man, I ain't really hear about it until I knew something was up when our assistant coach had quit early in the season, like right before the season, trying to take the hit for the shit. But the story ain't never come out.
Right.
But like we was playing Wisconsin at the crib, and he brought us in early as hell, like 6 a.m. He told us that day, like all that shit was gonna come out. And you know what I'm saying, like back, you see why now. I know why. Like, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers like that, they treat them little problems like they big. You know what I'm saying, because he black and all this.
Yeah.
But like, when I found out, I mean, you know, we ain't take that shit well for sure. Like, cause then we had got Dan Doggett wasn't believing in him,
right?
And you know, we just wasted the season from there. But like when Tom Crean came, that motherfucker was so wild, and he was like a Billy Gillispie for real.
Yeah,
he had gave me like 60 schools I couldn't go to.
Who? Tom Crean?
Yeah.
He gave you 60 schools you can't go to?
I can't go to. He gave me 60 and had a list already waiting for me. But the reason why I was going, it was 5, me and my, he had kicked about 7 players off from the team that was returning. It was just me and my partner that was a freshman with Brandon McGee. We was late to we was like 5 minutes late to summer school class. It was like his second, third day on the job. It was like 40 degrees. He had made my man's, and it was raining. He made it run these stadium stairs. And it was like, I seen him setting us up for when he get his own recruits, we just gonna be examples. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was like, I'm out of here. So I went and grabbed, after I finished the steps, he was still running them. Coaches was out there and everything. I went and snatched up, man. Was like, man, we both out. You know what I'm saying? We both out. We ain't about to do it.
And that was in the summer. That was in the summertime. Was that like in the spring or something? Y'all still in school?
Yeah, it was like in the spring. Like school. I think school was just ending. Like it was over a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's when you had to. So I mean, I know it had to been an easy process because you was already getting recruited by Xavier. So I mean, but that was was it? When was Chris Mack first year though?
Chris Mack, his first year was the year I played.
The year you played. So the year you sat out, what's
Sean Miller.
Sean Miller was still there.
Yeah. That's why I went there for real. That's what he wanted the realest. You know what I'm saying?
Who, Sean Miller?
Yes, Sean Miller.
I actually hear that a lot about him too, for real. Yeah. Everybody speak highly of him.
Yeah, especially when you like he your coach, because he ain't gonna let you bullshit. but he ain't about to make no like, you know, if you the best player or you could do this, you could do that, he gonna let you do it. And we need it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why.
So
You see where he at right now.
Man, why did they deny your immediate eligibility, man? With the controversy, don't they normally let kids transfer and play right away? You know what I'm saying? What was the deal with that?
yeah, I ain't had no chance. So they wasn't gonna let us play. It was, you know, it wasn't really no fight. I think we put up a little appeal, but we knew they was gonna make us sit out.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So your mind was already, you know what I'm saying, your mind was already ready for it.
Yeah. I was already like, then one of my homies, Mark Lyons, had to sit out with me, so it made it a lot easier.
Right.
It was a good
man. Hey, that team was so cold. I know you only did one season. You and two and Mark Lyons, boy, y'all could have did something special.
That whole squad,
you can't regret going to the draft, you know what I'm saying? But man, if y'all had had more than one season under the belt together.
Yeah, in that year I played, you know, Derrick Brown had left early. He had one more year.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't even know.
Yeah. Y'all was loaded, bro. I honestly, bro, I just watched that Kansas State game like not too long ago, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Game of the year.
You know, I watched because I remember watching the game. I was up in school or whatever.
Yeah.
And you know, man, you like the only one. At the time. It was like I was trying to think. It was only you, Manny, and Kaylin at the time playing at a big level. So you know, I gotta. You know, Detroit dudes, we gonna talk.
We gotta watch.
We talk. Like I got a mouth, bro. You know, I'm talking crazy. You feel me? I'm talking crazy to everybody. I'm like, bro.
Every time he scored, what's up? That's how we do that shit.
Because you know, at the time everybody was up and Jacob Pullen. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I'm watching it with some dudes actually from Kansas. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, and then there was another cat I knew that was from Chicago where Jacob Pullen was from. So it was like, you know, we talking crazy back and forth. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, so that whole game was so hyped, dog. Like,
wow.
It was just like, it really was like a pickup game, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro.
That shit was classic,
y'all was just yanking that thing, bro.
That shit was classic.
I'm talking about. Go ahead, bro. Yeah.
No, we had actually played them earlier that year too at they shit, and they was kicking our ass. Like they was too big for us shit, but like Two Holloway, man, I got so cold at a point, man. Like he really saved us that game. You know what I'm saying?
He did.
He did. Dude. He said, and the crazy thing is, he had saved us like 3 or 4 games that year, like the same type way for real. Like big and one buckets and shit like that. Yeah. But like the folk, like I mean, during the time I knew all 4 of us was killing like the main guards. But like after I got like when it was done, I seen like, yo, that shit was beautiful. Just all 4 of us, you know, doing our thing like that. Bro. But yeah, that shit was fun, man. That shit was fun every which way. It was so many threes though that I thought I was supposed to make that went in.
Bro, I'm watching them. I'm watching them because I'm like, them shots that you take, you feel me? That you usually take, that they wasn't falling early. You know what I'm saying? They really weren't falling early in the game. But two was kind of keeping y'all in there a little bit, like, cause you had some plays. You wasn't missing by the basket. You was missing a lot of threes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause you had some finishes that were there that was like, you know, that was next level, that people was like, he ain't supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying?
You be dying. You used to be curling that mug. You used to be going crazy with
it. I'll never forget that moment we was walking off the court and it was yelling one more year. And like I dreamed of being in that position. You feel me? Like
right.
I had a chance to leave and go to the NBA. Like that's what everybody want. So when I was walking off the court and it was screaming one more year, like I couldn't believe it. Like I was really like, damn. Like I knew I wasn't coming back. I knew I wasn't coming back. But I was I had took a second and was like, damn, like he really did what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. At that
Let
point,
let's back up a little bit just to right before that, when you know what I'm saying, you was all on your shit because you dunked on Brian and all that. You know what I'm saying? How was that?
That thing.
It was crazy. It was crazy because what actually happened, like it was early and it was like the first day we hooped too, and it was like the first 15 minutes into the run. We played for like 2 hours. But he had one of Brian's homies, like they just always be on entourage and shit. He was just jokingly just talking to him before we hooped and was like, shit, whoever dunk on Brian have to get $500. And just listening to it and shit, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when the shit happened, the shit that made it live, top high school was watching it. So when they seen that shit, they went crazy.
Yeah, you know, they jumping around the gym.
They
high school kids.
And and Brian, you know, he always he a little more comfortable with himself now. But back then, he was real insecure.
So it's a play that happens in the game of basketball a lot. You know, and if you like to call yourself a shot blocker like I call myself every now and then, that may happen, and misjudge the ball. And Jordan is a really good player. Looking forward to seeing him play this year, and all the college guys that was there at my camp. I'm looking forward to seeing all those guys. You had the top 15 best players in the country there, working out with you. It can happen, So if you do my ratio from me getting dunked on and me dunking on people, I think it. I think you can times mine by like 50.
So that shit made him so insecure, man. And I ain't even see nobody taking tapes or doing anything like that. And this when Twitter had just kind of was getting hot.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I ain't had Twitter at the time, and I ain't had no little social media. And by the time I had got from the gym to my hotel, people was hitting me up. And I'm like, yo, why is hitting me up? You know what I'm saying? I know they didn't see the shit.
Yeah.
Then they're like, hey, you dunked on Brown? How you do it? I'm like, man, this shit crazy.
Boy, I mean, I'm a Brian fan, so I kind of was like all into that shit. Like, hold on, the tape leaked. I'm like, let me go see, because, I fuck with you too. So I'm like, this stuck on my fans. Like, Brian did jump later and help. You was already over before he even had a chance. So
I didn't think he was going to jump at all. Like, he jumped so late.
He jumped, yeah.
Yeah, he jumped so late. I'm like, oh shit, he jumped for this.
Caught it, man.
Then you did it. Then you banged it with two, so it made it like, you know what I'm saying?
Two hands, safety.
It was like a week in between that though, from when it happened to when the tape leaked, and it was getting so big, dog. It was getting so big. I was like, yo, I hope this tape never drop. Because when they see this shit, it ain't what they thought. They was talking about, man, you dunked it backwards on him? I jumped it, man.
You know how the story just go. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, because I was hearing the same thing. I was hearing a whole bunch of crazy stuff, you feel me? So when I seen it, I was like, it was a basketball play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro,
he caught him. You know what I'm saying?
The story I heard before the tape drop was that you like chest to chest and even caught him, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. I'm like,
bro.
I was hoping that shit never dropped, for real. Yeah. Because if it still ain't dropped now, the stories I'd have been telling now how it
Did a Winnie on him.
Easy. And flushed
it.
Hey, and one, stare down, he screamed.
Fell into the crowd.
Yeah,
all that.
I feel you. You know, we gonna over exaggerate everything, bro. For sure. If y'all gonna give us the outlet, we gonna go ahead and take it. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
And real quick, what? Before we move on, man, I just wanted to know, for me, man, you was filling it up at Xavier, man. 1 year there, but I got it wrote down here. You averaged 20.5. You scored double figures in 31 straight games and 34 of the 35. You had 20 plus in 20 games. You was first team All Atlantic, all A10. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you just, was that I know you say you're confident, but did you just feel it like, man, I'm in the rhythm, like, you know what I'm saying? Man, I'm one of the best in the nation and I know it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I felt like that towards like the middle of the conference season. It took me a minute to get my rhythm because I was forcing it a lot early because I was so motherfucking hyped. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like once I slowed down, then I was actually following rivals used to have this. They was having this top point guard, top shooting guard, all this, top each position, and they was updating that shit like every Tuesday.
I remember.
I used to be locked in on that. Like it was James Anderson, homie that went to Seton Hall, Jeremy Hazel.
Jeremy Hazel, I remember him.
Yeah. And then homie from that went to USF, Jones. Dominique Jones.
Oh, Dominique Jones, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I seen him out there with the boy in the summer league. Like,
yeah.
I remember Dominique Jones,
So when I got to like February, we went to play at Dayton. And then we went and played at Florida on a prime time Saturday game.
Mm-hmm.
And like around that time, I just knew like, all right, I'm in like my jumper was going crazy. Like my catch and shoot three was going crazy. I was getting to the cup and all that. And I just knew at a point, like, and the way I had finished the season, and then my brother had called me right before the tourney. I had this great talk with my brother. My brother was like, dog, this is all we asked for. Like, you healthy. You about to play in front of the country. This all you ask. This all you've been asking for, because early we had played a tournament in Florida, the beginning tournament of the season at ESPN, and I was struggling. My brother hit me up. He said, don't worry about like all this other shit, you know what I'm saying? Just worry about the near front of you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Keep it like that. Yeah. So when I had got like around now, I had caught my rhythm, and then I had remembered that, and he was talking to me for the tournament. And I just went out, and the teams we was playing, I knew never played against me. So I was just like, man, if I get going, this shit can get real, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
you average 30.
718 points in one season. I mean, people go a full college career to get to the 1,000-point club, and you wasn't far off in 1 year.
Yeah.
And then you average 30. You average 30 for the tournament. So obviously that talk was well needed. You know what I'm saying? So
and man, you and Joe closer in age. You know what I'm saying? How was the battles growing? Because I got an older brother too, and we used to be beefing. And you know what I'm saying? Not beefing like bad, but we close. But I'm talking about just competition wise. Like I knew once I could start hanging with my older brother, I knew, you know what I'm saying, my age was in trouble. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, gave me the confidence. So I know y'all competition was crazy.
Yeah, we had it's crazy because we probably competed against each other when we was younger, more like on some 10, 12 shit. But when we got older, like we more like what we used to do in the neighborhood, like we used to go, like us two, and we used to go play, like whoever thought they was good, whoever was older, we used to play against 15, 17-year-olds when we was like 12, 13, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And we used to get into it with each other on the same team, like, because we expected so much from each other.
Yeah.
So when we'd be losing or something be going off, we'd be cussing each other out on the same team type of shit. Right. But like it was, I don't know, to be honest, like it ain't no better than that for real. Like the shit he had, how strong he was at 6'4", like he was BD. He was BD, you know what I'm saying?
Before,
yeah, you know, it was
he
crazy.
was.
Like, they don't know, like, how crazy his handle was, how good he could really shoot. Like, it was nothing he couldn't do. And he was a grown-ass man since 7 years.
That pull-up.
And he used to be
that pro pull-up. He had a pro pull-up. He had a pro pull-up jump shot with all the length on it and everything. You like pulling up? Got a 40-inch, like, you know what I'm saying?
Man. What I used to be all at Kobo watching them guys. Granddad used to take me to the games. I just be in there like, man, Joe and Malik, like Renaissance. You know, I know we got the Jalen Rose and the Southwesterns, but boy, y'all couldn't tell me nothing about that Renaissance team. You know what I'm saying? When they was in the thick of they
was on Slam, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
come
was on
on,
Slam,
man.
bro.
You know what I'm
It don't get no bigger than that as a high school
saying?
kid, bro. You was on Slam,
Jordan
bro.
Malik, you little kids, you looking at Jordan Malik like, like I'm going to Renaissance when I get over there. Like,
No, for sure.
For sure.
They was it, bro.
I
They
know,
was it.
and it's crazy because we never, I think, wanted to see each other playing against each other and bring out that type of competitiveness against each other. Like,
I'm scary.
yeah,
You don't know what it. You don't know what it could be. You feel me? Like I feel what you saying. I feel what you saying.
Yeah, it just was weird. It was weird for real.
Y'all just wanted to push each other wherever it is, whatever, you know what I'm saying, to develop y'all game. You know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying.
and he probably looking at you like, well, he probably on my ass a little bit more than he knows.
That's
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what he used to be on. Like, that's my biggest fan. Like, think I'm cold as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like, yeah, I know I got skills. I got enough height, all this shit. But it wasn't the city of Detroit, and we knew more than we knew. I mean, we wouldn't have never touched college. You know what I'm saying? We could do that. Right. We just ain't. We just that shit is crazy as hell. Big as he was, that thought never came to our head. Like,
yeah,
that is crazy.
I think it was just. I think that was just a Detroit mentality, bro.
Yeah,
you feel me? It's not. You ain't never seen it before, bro. So it was just. I mean, even like seeing Malik, man. Malik was like 6'7", bro, bringing it up the court, bro, like easily though. You know what I'm saying? You ain't seen that, bro. You ain't seen no 6'7" dude bringing it up the court like that, bro. Not in the city.
Like he could. He was blocking shots, rebounding crazy.
Looking like T-Mac out there, bro. Yeah. That's why he wore the 1, bro. I thought he was T-Mac, bro. You know what I'm saying? Thought he was T-Mac, bro, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah, bro. That was, you know, seeing him. He was Superman, bro, at the time. So, you know what I'm saying? But, let's just talk about, you know, that whole process, that, you know, that summer process. Because I know recently I seen you, you put up on Instagram, you know what I'm saying, when you said something about you had PG in the back and you was talking about them runs, the pre-drive runs, and I see him comment under there saying like
best workout partner he ever had. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know, so tell us about that process, that summer process, bro.
Yeah, we all was under the same agency. Me, him, it was Damian James at the time, but like we was living in the same apartment and shit in LA. We used to go work out at this gym called 360. And we had a little, you know, a workout trainer who was getting us ready for the draft. And we just, I mean, you know, we was playing ones every day, like some type of way.
Yeah. Like the king of the court type shit.
Yeah. And like the shit, the battles and the shots making. I mean, because I really got, for real, the reason why PG is because, like, he's seen my mentality, like how I go about my shit. Just because you nice, you gotta want to score on, not just score on them, and then next play you let them off the hook.
Right,
you know
right.
So it was like the ones that we used to do, and like how high level it was. Like, I mean, we were so locked in. That shit was fun as a motherfucker. Like, that's why to this day I still want to be a point guard on his team.
No, for sure, bro. I honestly, man, I had seen Paul George before he had went in the draft, and I just thought he was just an athletic forward or whatever. But when I started seeing his game development, he you know what I'm saying, he actually putting it on the floor, and he had the handle and everything, and he grew. I was like, where dog come from? You know what I'm saying? Like
a real problem.
Yeah, he a real problem now. You know what I'm saying? Brian was like looking at dog like, hold on, bro, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I know he took a lot of people by surprise on that, you know, when Indiana started going crazy or whatever. But I know you probably wasn't surprised just to, you know, working out with him and everything.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? They mentality and they not like us. So, like, even that shit, like you just said, when Brian was looking at him, Brian made sure during that series, like, Brian got friends with him and shit, dapping up on it. Because he knew, like, yo, this is a kill, you know?
Right.
PG looking at him up instead of, like, being on the same level, you know? He's supposed to, that shit in Pacers, he's supposed to win that, take that shit over. Like, That got him. It's a reason why now, like, even though he's a superstar, he's not big as a superstar as he should be. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I agree.
Yeah, because he really, like, skill level, can't nobody do it like him. Like, you know what I'm saying? It should be sharp, fast, to a quick pull up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and he's smooth with it too,
smooth, bro. And he's 6'10", 6'9", 6'10". Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. You can't really stop that, bro. That's why I be like, I know when KD was talking about him, he was like, bro, man, PG the coldest. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, you know what I'm saying? He was like, PG the coldest for real. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I know them runs was hard, but being
all that LA should be live. You can match up with anybody on any given day.
So when you got drafted in 2010 draft, did you already? When did you know that you was gonna get traded to the Hawks though? Like, is y'all, you know?
Yeah, I ain't know that. I mean, I didn't know. I ain't know at all for real. I was just, I had threw a party that day. Didn't even know if I was gonna go first round for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was a great time. It was a great time.
Hearing your name get called.
Yeah, and like how genuinely happy was for me. Like, I see that in their faces. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had like about 200 people there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I went and dapped every single person around, and I was looking in their face, and they was happy.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it was big, bro. You gotta understand, bro. When they see it for themselves, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They see the grind for themselves and be like, I know how dog came up. You know what I'm saying? I know, and I know what kind of person he is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know your journey can be possible too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think that was big for a lot of people that, it was even and then you went first round. So I mean,
right. I mean, you got people like myself, you never met me, but I'm still over here like, man, putting on for the city. I'm happy as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had supporters that you ain't even know. You know what I mean? Yeah. So just really that whole process.
Yeah.
I was sitting there and I was looking at your whole little timeline since you've been in the league, and I was just like, dude, they've been traded like 3 times in the middle of the season, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and I know I've been watching a lot of these different podcasts and a lot of these different interviews and all this trade stuff with Kyrie and all that stuff. And I be always wanting to know, like how is that to be like you in the crib right now? You feel me? Like, if somebody call you and be like, "Hey, bro, you got to go to what's the name?" Like, because I know how hard it is for me to get up and just move into another crib, bro, and just go do something else. Do something else, bro. Like, you done had to do it like 3 times with, you know what I'm saying, leaving the Hawks, you went from the Hawks to the Wizards, to leaving Boston and going into the Warriors. You feel me? Like how that process be, like, how you be taking that stuff, bro?
It be, you don't really feel it until you notice you're gonna be at that new place every day. Like, about 2-3 days in, like, now I'm really gonna be here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's when it's weird. But like, one thing about me, the reason why I've been so successful in my career, and I think a lot of people like fall at certain points, is because one thing about me, I'm gonna be me no matter where I'm at. Like, no matter the environment, I'm never gonna change up or feel I gotta change up. So, like, you know what I'm saying? It was really more of a wake-up call. Like, let me let them see who they got, all that type shit. But, like, now that I've been out the league and back in it, I don't give a fuck about it. Like, I could get traded and wouldn't make a move, you know what I'm saying? Wouldn't feel no type of way, because
you got the experience.
You know what I'm saying? My last 3 years, like, I've been in China, I've been in the D-League, you know what I'm saying? Like, crowd, they get traded, man, they trip.
Let me go back to the Washington years real quick. I gotta ask you. You know what I'm saying? Because Brian, my fans, I gotta ask you. John Wall get ejected. You got, you know what I'm saying? You go for 39 that game. You a rook. You know what I'm saying? How did you just have a chip on your shoulder? Was it some trash talk? I mean, what's going out there in the NBA game? You know what I'm saying? Like, you were just feeling it that night. What's going on?
I had really just started catching the rhythm. The game before we was in Utah, and I had hit a shot to send us into overtime, and then I had 2 big buckets in overtime help us win. And, you know, we with the Wizards. It was our first road win of the season type shit.
Yeah.
So, you know, so I started getting a little confidence. And then that next game, when Jay Wall got ejected, I mean, it's easier to be your normal self when you playing against a motherfucker like Brian and D. Wade. The other shit go out the window, like worrying about coming out and all that. You just more like, let me try to bust ass while these on the floor. You know what I mean? But when Jay Wall got ejected and I got the wrong point, and I was already at like 12 at the time or some shit. And they had Eddie, they was throwing Eddie House and Chalmers on me. Then and I seen D Wade was kind of starting to get scared to check me. I'm like, man, I'm about to take advantage of this.
All right, that's it for part 1 of our conversation with Jordan Crawford. We got a part 2 coming. Me and J Redd just got a little work to do on that, and it should be up in a week or so. So stay tuned with us and follow our Instagram. Mine's is at Jusnix, and J Redd is at JReddy_. And we'll be back.